What up, y'all? This your boy Breeze Family, and we back with another review. But before we get into it, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the page. Let's go ahead and get into it.
So I'm about to do a story time on how I found out one of my close friends went through my phone after a drunk night of us going out. So where do I start? Basically, we had went out this one night to some happy hour thing in Brooklyn, and we got there. Vibes was good, drinks was good, food was good. So as the night goes on, I started to get like we both started to get like real drunk, and I don't know, I didn't really notice it. You know how when like you sitting down but you drinking, I don't know, it don't hit you until you really like get up. So we was getting drinks because they had like $5 drinks, $2 shots. We was getting mad shots, just taking shots, drinking drinks, whatever. So when we was going to leave, I was super drunk and honestly like I remember up to once we got back to her house. I guess because she was close, her house was closer to the place that we was at. So I ended up going to her house and spending the night because, you know, I was a little bit further and she didn't want me to go home by myself or get in an Uber by myself. So I ended up going to her house. So I remember when we got to her house, I just remember I was throwing up, felt really, really sick. So it's in bits and pieces I don't really remember. I think I was blacked out at that point. I don't know. I know I just fell asleep or whatever at her house, and when I woke up, you know how you wake up like from a drunk night and you with your friends and y'all just talk about like the night before or whatever, like girl you was bugging or girl you was doing this, like we was mad drunk, like you know how that be when you go out with your friend and y'all just analyze the whole night and talk about it and laugh about it or whatever, right? So, you know, I get up and I'm feeling like super hungover or whatever, but I'm like, you know, communicating, whatever, trying to talk about the night. And I automatically like sense like weird vibes from her. Like she wasn't really communicating with me like how, you know, she normally would be. So I'm like, okay, maybe she feels sick too. Like maybe she just don't want to talk. I don't know. So I gave her space or whatever. And I think probably like an hour later, she started to cook breakfast or whatever. So mind you, she slept in her bedroom and I slept in the living room. So I was kind of like in and out of sleep. So when I had woke up, that's when I had seen her like cooking breakfast or whatever. So at this point, like while she's cooking breakfast, I was up way before she even finished cooking or whatever. So she brings a plate to me or whatever. Didn't even ask me if I wanted breakfast. Just brought me the plate and like didn't say nothing. So I'm still mad confused. What did I do? I'm trying to like think about the night. Like did I do something last night? What did I do? I don't know. It was just weird. So I know we was both going. I She lives in Manhattan. So I was in Manhattan at the time. She was coming to Brooklyn because she had a funeral to go to, and I was going back to Brooklyn too to go home. So we was gonna go together or whatever. So I just started getting ready or whatever, and then you know whenever she was ready, we left out to go to where we was going. So at this point, she's like communicating a little bit with me more, like you know, as we on our way to get to Brooklyn or whatever, but not really that much. So I'm still thinking in my head like, what the fuck? Also, I left this part out. So when I woke up, I noticed my phone wasn't near me. It was like in a whole nother area, like on a table somewhere. And when I went to go pick it up to go put it on a charger, it was dead. So yeah, keep that part in mind. Stay tuned for part two.
Oh yeah, I want to see what you had in the phone. I want to see what kind of shit you was talking about your homegirl. But she ain't acting that way for no reason. Shit, I'm about to go into part two. Let's get it.
Storytime part two of how I found out my friend went through my phone. So I left off where we was on our way to Brooklyn. I was going home. She was going to a funeral. She wasn't really communicating. She was communicating with me, but not much. So it's still like feeling weird. Like you know when you close with somebody, you know how they act. You know when something is off. You know when they're acting funny. Like you know how your friend acts. You could sense their vibe and pick up any little thing. So that's what it was given. I know she wasn't being herself. She wasn't really like, we wasn't interacting how we normally would on a daily basis. So it was just weird, and I felt it like 100%. So I get home, and the day goes by or whatever. I don't think I heard from her. Yeah, I don't think I heard. I think I told her I was home or something like that once I got home or something like that, and she was like, okay, whatever. But the rest of the day I didn't hear from her. I felt like I text, and then the next day I think I text her, but she didn't respond to me. Also, so my birthday's coming up, so we were planning a trip to go to Jamaica. So her and a couple of my other friends there in the chat, and we're talking, how to be when you in the chat with your friends about like what's going on with the trip, when is everybody paying in, da da da. So I noticed she's not really responding. I think actually day 2 of her not responding in the chat, I had text her, but it wasn't even in regards to the chat. I think I just had text her like saying hey or something like that, but she didn't respond to me. So when I went on Facebook, I seen she was like resharing stuff that was like along the lines of like, oh, like fake friends and be careful who you have around you. People are fake. So I'm like trying to like I still don't know. I'm still confused because it's like, all right, you're not responding in the group chat, the trip chat. You're not responding to me, and I text you separately, but you're on Facebook saying how friends is fake and be careful who you're around. People will talk about, like, I don't know what. Confused. So again, I'm still trying to be understanding. I'm like, now I'm just coming up with all types of scenarios in my head. Like, all right, so maybe, I know she just went to a funeral. Maybe she's just going through it, and whatever she posting on Facebook don't got nothing to do with me because I ain't do nothing. And like, I started to remember the night or whatever, and I'm like, nothing happened that night. Like, I ain't do nothing. So again, I gave her space. Now I'm talking to my other friends. I'm asking them like, I'm telling them the situation, and they like, nah, you think it's too hard. Like maybe she just, like you said, like maybe she just going through it. Like I know friends go through stuff. I'm not a clingy friend, so like if I don't hear from you for a day or 2 or 3, like I don't take it personal because I be busy and I be in my own thoughts myself. So I'm not that type of friend that's like, oh, I didn't hear from you in 2 days, like you fake. So it's like I'm not taking it no type of way really that she's not responding to me, but it was just starting to get a little bit weird to me that she wasn't responding in the chat or to me, but then posting stuff on Facebook. I don't know. It was just like, all right, my birthday's coming up, like we all talking in the chat, we finalizing things, you not saying nothing. So now it's becoming confusing for me because it's like we trying to progress on like what we're booking or whatever the case may be, but we're not getting a response from this one person in a chat. So I'm saying to my friend, like, should I remove her from the chat? Should we still go through with the plans and like, pay for everything and exclude her out? Like, I'm confused. And being that I'm not having no communication with her, I didn't know what to do. Stay tuned for part 3.
Boy, if you don't tell us what you had in that phone, you had some shit in that phone. But I see what you're doing. We gonna get to it. Part 3.
All right, so now it's days that's been going by now, and she still didn't respond to me or anything, but still like posting stuff on social media, like Instagram, all that. So now I'm like, all right, I'm thinking about it, right? So I go through my search bar in my phone and I type in her name because I'm like, all right, have I said anything about this girl? So I type it in or whatever, and the only thing that pops up is conversations with me and my brother. So I'm about to give y'all the backstory right now. So probably like a year prior, I did like a party for my birthday. In like a hall, my friends came, some of my family came, and my brother was there, and everybody was drunk. She was super drunk, and I guess she like started to like my brother or whatever the case may be. I don't know. So the end of that night, when we had went back home, like once the party was over, everybody had came, like my family and stuff, we packed everything up and we came back to my house to like bring everything back and to settle in. I was drunk. I was asleep. Like I went to sleep. I heard about all of this the next morning. But she was there. She ended up coming to my house because I think someone gave her a ride home or something like that. So yeah, she was like, my brother was telling me that she was like asking for his number and like just like flirting with him. So my brother, like, he's a really nice guy. So he ended up just giving the girl, like giving her his number or whatever. And he didn't really expect much from it. So days go by and my brother starts to tell me that she's been like texting him or whatever, like calling him baby, blowing his phone down. And I'm asking my brother, like, like, have y'all like linked or anything like that? Like, what energy are you giving her? So he's like, I barely be like it be regular conversations, but out of nowhere, she just started to like make it seem like she was my girl, like some weird delusional shit. So I'm like, that's weird. So it starts to get crazy. Like, he starts to send me screenshots and everything. Um, she would be calling his phone, leaving voicemails, like just being crazy. And it's like, it puts me in a weird situation because it's like, that's my friend. So like, how do I come to her and like approach her about it? Like, I didn't want to come off mean or like whatever the case may be. And then at the end of the day, you gave her your number. So it really don't got nothing to do with me. So I didn't want to get in between that. Like, I didn't really say much. Oh, excuse me. And the weird thing is, I didn't really say much either because she didn't say nothing about it to me. Like, she wasn't expressing to me that she was blowing his phone down and doing the most and like double, triple texting him or none of that. So it's like, it made it weird for me to want to come out and say anything to her about it. So yeah, me and my brother was going back and forth about her and saying, that's weird. Like, that's some real creepy, that's creepy as hell. She's giving weird energy and delusional energy too. So nothing crazy, like, because that's still my friend at the end of the day, but that's my brother. So I could say what I really want regardless. Another thing, this is my friend. So she tends to have delusional, like, characteristics. So everything that she was doing to my brother, like, that's her on a regular when talking to people. Like, she do stuff like that. So it's like, it wasn't even really a shock for me. So those are the only messages that popped up. So now I'm thinking, like, now I'm putting two to two together. Like, okay, so when I had woke up that morning, my phone wasn't near me, and she was acting funny that next morning. So you must have went through my phone because immediately after that, you was posting stuff on social media saying how friends is weird and be careful who you have around you because your friends will talk about you and like ODing with it and not communicating with me at all. So if you didn't feel no type of way towards me or you didn't look through my phone, why was you not responding to me? Why was you not responding in the trip chat? Why was there no communication with me and you since that night? And one more thing. So another thing that I noticed, right? That night that I woke up in the morning and she was being funny or whatever and not really communicating me when I was in her house after the drunk night. I remember going on Facebook and I seen her post a post, and I'm about to post what it said right now. So she posted this, right? And mind you, when I had woke up, this had said like 3 hours ago. You know how Facebook will tell you like how long the person posted it ago? And mind you, 3 hours ago, I was asleep. Cause this was like, we didn't get in until like, I want to say like 2 in the morning. So once we got in at 2, I was asleep at 2. We got up at like probably like 8. So that post had to be posted at like 5 o'clock p.m. I'm asleep. What you posting about at that time? What was you doing up all them hours to be able to even post something like that, or for something to happen to where you wanted to post that? You get what I'm trying to say? So yeah. Stay tuned for part 4.
You definitely had something in that phone. I ain't gonna lie. You had something in the phone. I'm ready for you to say what you had in the phone. She definitely put something in the food she gave you. I don't know if you had the bubble guts or the runs or you had to go to the hospital. You ain't say you had to go to the hospital, but she definitely put something in your fucking food. I'm trying to go to part 4. I need to see what you. I need to see what you had in the messages.
Part 4 of how I found out my friend went through my phone after us having a drunk night out. So, back to what I was saying in my last video, the whole story about her texting my brother and being delusional. Let me just touch base on that. So, I'm a girl's girl. So, I don't even mean to be like, we all be the Lulu. But no, like, this was crazy. And it's like, it was even more crazier because they had only been probably conversating for probably like a couple of days a week. And let me make this clear, my brother didn't like her, didn't find her attractive. I don't know why he gave the number. Like I said, he's just nice, so he don't know how to like be mean or be like no. So he just gave it because he wasn't thinking nothing of it. It's like, all right, like if I don't really want to respond like that, I don't got to, whatever. But it just became crazy, like doing the most. And then just to touch back bases on that again, she never even, like, I knew about it, but she never ever communicated to me that she was even conversating with my brother. So that's why I didn't bring it up to her, because it's like, you ain't saying it to me, so I ain't bringing it up to you. Like, I don't want to be in the middle. But basically, I figured out that she went through my messages with my brother and read those messages. And that's probably what made her feel some type of way, that I was basically talking about how she was acting or whatever the case may be. Call me a bad friend, weird friend, whatever. You shouldn't be in my messages with my brother, point blank, period. And second of all, anything that I did say regarding you and how you was acting was the truth. Fact. It got crazy to the point where, like, my brother blocked her and she was calling off like block numbers and like being mad weird. So I know she felt some type of way about that situation, OD. And because she never communicated it to me, she felt, I don't know if she knew I knew, or I just know she probably had like questions like, did my brother tell me about it? Like, was we conversating about it? Like, I just felt like she was just thinking hard. Like, so when she got the opportunity to go on my phone, she got the answers that she wanted regarding that situation, being that after that whole thing happened, we never talked about it. Like, it wasn't a thing. So now I'm like, all right, I know she went through my phone. Got it. So she's still not, communicating with me or whatever. I wanted to test it, right? I'm like, how can I get like another answer as to confirm how I'm feeling on what she did? So I'm thinking. So I go on Facebook and I post. I'm like I have put up like a discussion post or whatever. Like, do y'all think it's weird if your friend goes through your phone or something like that? Because I'm like, all right, I know if I post this, she's gonna, if she went through my phone, she's gonna see that post that I posted and like respond to it. So after I ended up posting that, everybody was commenting saying like, that's wrong or whatever. Like, everybody was just like, like, that's weird. So she ended up posting something. I can't remember. I wish I would have screenshotted everything back then, but I can't remember. I have some screenshots of some stuff, like some messages between us that I went back and me and my friend conversation, and it's in there in the thread. So yeah, I'm gonna post those probably in the next video. But I can't remember what it is that she said, but whatever she said, it was just like she was tight that like I posted that or something like that. Like, I really can't remember. But yeah, that confirmed to me that, bitch, you went through my phone. So after that, like, the stuff that she was posting, like the subliminals was like going crazy. And I wasn't gonna say nothing. My friend was like, don't say nothing, like, just leave it and like just block her or whatever. But I'm like, nah, like, I gotta write her and I gotta say something. So actually, I'm gonna share the messages in the next video of the conversation between me and her and what went down. Stay tuned for part 5.
Man, once I would have found out that's what you was mad at, you go ahead and keep being mad. I don't really give a damn about the shit. First, you shouldn't have went through my phone. That's where you messed up at. You shouldn't have went through my phone. I wouldn't even been tripping no more. But I would have been worried about what did I say, because You never know if you said something to somebody about somebody until it popped back up one day. But let's go into part 5.
Hey y'all, so this is part 5 of how I found out my friend went through my phone after a drunk night out. So just to sum up, in the last video I basically was saying that I ended up posting a Facebook status asking like a question like, do y'all think it's weird for your friend to look through your phone? Because knowing the type of person that she is, she's social media, like every little thing she's making a post about, post, that's what she do. I don't do the social media things. Even posting that was like, I didn't even want to post that, but I'm like, I need something to confirm to me that she went through my phone, and I know that I could get some type of reaction out of her if she feels guilty about doing so after I put up a post. She ended up reacting to it, not to my post like directly, but she ended up posting something that indicated to me, yeah, you went through my phone. Fell right for the trap. So just to sum up, in the last video I basically was saying that I ended up posting a Facebook status asking like a question like, do y'all think it's weird for your friend to look through your phone? Because knowing the type of person that she is, she's social media, like every little thing she's making a post about, post, that's what she do. I don't do the social media things. Even posting that was like, I didn't even want to post that, but I'm like, I need something to confirm to me that she went through my phone, and I know that I could get some type of reaction out of her if she feels guilty about doing so after I put up a post. She ended up reacting to it, not to my post like directly, but she ended up posting something that indicated to me, yeah, you went through my phone. Fell right for the trap. And now I gotta rewind because I'm missing key parts. Okay, so when we had came in from the spot that night and I was at her house, right? I remember she called my mom to let my mom know that I was staying over her house because I was supposed to go back home. But I didn't end up going back home because I was too drunk. So, and her and my mom are cool. She's actually older than me. She's way older than me. Like, that was like my sister or whatever, my older sister. So yeah, her and my mom very familiar with each other, been around each other multiple times. Like, my mom is cool with her, whatever. So I don't know if that night she asked me to put in my code or asked me what my code was, but my mom told me the next day that the call was from my phone. And like I said to y'all, like, I remember bits and pieces that night, but that part I don't remember. Like, if I gave her the passcode, but I know she called my mom off of my phone. So, however she got, and immediately after that, I threw up, and like, that was it. Like, I went to bed after that. Like, it wasn't like I threw up and we were still up. No. So, I don't know if, like I said, she had my code and she went back in the phone, or she just left it open. I don't know. So, that part too. And at a point, I was thinking that, like, my mom had, like, said something to her or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, it was just so many thoughts because I'm like, you was the last person that she spoke to. Like, did you say something to her that made her feel some type of way about, like, me staying over there? I don't know. But that wasn't the case. My mom said that she didn't say nothing to her. She just let her know that I was staying there and, you know, they was communicating back and forth, and that was really that. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm leaving pieces out. So another key piece is, so remember I was like, she wasn't really she wasn't communicating to me. She didn't respond to me. She wasn't responding in the group chat for the trip that we was going on and planning for my birthday to go to Jamaica. She actually did respond in the chat a couple times. It was very brief. I think we was discussing like excursions that we wanted to do and what type of excursions everybody like or something like that. And she had responded like trying to throw me off a little bit. Like making it seem like, okay, you come in, like it's nothing going on. But you really feel some type of way because you not responding to me, the text that I sent you personally, and you making posts on Facebook. So yeah, I think so at that point, like, I was even more confused because it was like, all right, why is this girl responding in the chat little by little as if she's still coming? But babes, you're not coming because at this point now I'm tight. Now I want to figure out you went through my phone, right? But you're not saying it. So it's like, I don't know how to like just be mean and like Like, everything wasn't like, I don't know. I was all over the place with my mind. So it's like, I'm like, do I kick her out the chat? Like, I was thinking of ways. I was trying to calm myself down before I wrote her. Yeah, I was trying to calm myself down before I wrote her. So, in the midst of all of that, she's still in the group chat. I wanted to remove her so bad because now I found out you looked through my phone. I found out your post is about me. You've been subbing me since the day I left your house. Stay tuned for part 5. I am posting screenshots and voice notes of everything and how it went down when I approached her about the situation and what her response was. All right, part 6 of how I found out my friend went through my phone after a drunk night out. So here I'm about to get into it with the receipts. So before I ended up even messaging her about anything, my mom, she just can't keep her mouth shut. She just talk a lot. So she had to say something to the girl. And she ended up texting her, just asking her, like, what's going on with you and Jazz? And she was basically like, nothing, like, why? So my mom was like, she basically was saying that, like, you looked through her phone or something like that. Can't keep her mouth shut. Before I could even say something to the girl, here she go. But whatever. So she was like, I don't have a problem with her. If I had a problem with her, I wouldn't have her around me. I haven't spoken to her since the day of my cousin's funeral. I don't have to look through nobody's phone unless it's my man or my kids. So, denying it. Cool. Actually, I did message her, but I didn't bring up the whole look through phone yet or whatever. I think I had sent this message like, I really don't remember the timestamps, but I'm about to just post the screenshots. Actually, I think
All right, I'm gonna pause it right there so you can look through this screenshot. I'm gonna pause it right there and give y'all a couple seconds. We're gonna get back into it. All right, let's go.
before my mom texted her, and this is when she was just denying everything or whatever the case may be. So basically, in the last screenshot I had posted, I had basically just texted her saying like,
I'll pause it for y'all again so y'all can catch this one. I don't want y'all to miss nothing in the story. Let's go. Couple seconds. All right, let's keep going.
"What's the issue?" And that was her response. So then, whatever, this is what she said. I'm like, if you didn't have a problem with me, you would never have not spoken to me for weeks. We talk every day or every other day, and you stop communicating with me. So truthfully, you do have a problem. Then she goes into trying to flip it to me, reverse psychology, that I may seem guilty, and she don't know about what, and that's crazy. She been talking about her family. So her posts that she been posting on Facebook, she's saying she was talking about her family, not me. So I'm like, whenever you're ready to talk about that problem, we could go from there. Jazz, if you know me like you do, then you should know I'm going through something on my kids. I am. And again, since when you stopped talking to me for weeks because you're going through something. If anything, you on the phone venting to me about what you're going through. Not to say you got to vent to me every time, but you don't never cut off communication with me completely. Simple. Then she started going into how I didn't know she was pregnant because she recently just had a baby, probably like 2 months prior to the situation, maybe 3 months, maybe 4, I don't know, but not too long ago. So I'm about to play out a voice note that she sent me. Now tell me, like, right from this voice note, it just gave it all away. Cause who you talking to? Why you talking to me like that? If you don't have no problem with me, and if I ain't do nothing to you, why you coming at me crazy? Why you getting defensive? Like you, everything just gave like exactly how I'm feeling. That's exactly what you did.
Girl, who the fuck are you talking to? Number one. Are you guilty for something? Number two. I honestly don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Number three. The last time I saw you was day of my cousin's funeral. So what the fuck is really the problem? I don't speak to you. I don't speak on you. I don't speak nothing about it. You already know my problem. My problems with my family. My problem have nothing to do with you. So if you honestly think I'm talking about you when I'm talking, then therefore you must be guilty about something you said about me. Makes no type or sense. Because if I wasn't a friend or if I was any of this, you never even ended up at my house.
And to add on, this is what she said. But this is what I said before she sent that long voice note, which is right here. Y'all can pause the video. And this is how I responded to her, because respectfully, who you talking to? And then she started calling me mad times. I didn't pick up. Because I'm not going back and forth with you on the phone. Like, you can't have a civil conversation with me. I'm not speaking on the phone going back and forth about you. So she was tight that I wasn't picking up or whatever the case may be. And girl, of course I said something to my mom. I guess she's talking about when my mom had texted her or whatever about the situation. And this is the last messages that we had. She said this: if I fell away, it's because I must have did something on my kids, on my mama. I don't speak on you. I'm never going back and forth. If you say so, me neither. That's what she said, and this is what I said. And that was the end of it. She never responded to this. Because it's like, you don't want to discuss it. You don't want to admit that you looked through my phone. But babes, you did. And I mean, if I did something like that, I probably wouldn't have want to tell the person either. You get what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, I would never do something like that. Like, invading my friend's privacy, going through their phone while they sleep, while they drunk at that. Like, that was wrong. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Thanks for tuning in to the story time, y'all.
Well, shit, I guess that was a life lesson. You gotta watch who you drinking with. You gotta watch who you drinking with. I still think she put something in her food. You shouldn't have went through her phone. That's an invasion of privacy. So let's start off there. But yeah, that's another review. I thank y'all for stopping through with your boy Breeze family. I'm gonna be back with another one in a little bit. Make sure before you leave, you like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all once again. Peace.